Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I've got a story out of Duplin County where two people are now finding themselves behind bars after being caught with drugs and guns. Deputies say on Tuesday they stopped Joshua Pickle of Beaufort and Morgan Bistritz of Otway on Highway 24 near Blizzard Town Road. According to deputies, a search of the car found a .22 caliber handgun, a fully operational MAC-11 machine gun that is, two disassembled MAC-11 machine guns, a 9mm handgun, .22 caliber ammunition, methamphetamine, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. Now, Pickle was charged with several felony drug and weapons offenses, as well as having an outstanding felony warrant from Carteret County. Bistritz was charged with possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia. The pair was taken to the Duplin County Jail without bond. And now we want to turn our attention to the escalating feud between Elon Musk and President Donald Trump. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell has more.
This morning, the cleanup after a messy and extraordinary day in American politics. The alliance built on wealth and power between President Trump and the man he put in charge of making massive cuts to the federal government imploded oh so publicly. Mr. Trump first suggesting the Tesla owner's rejection of the president's signature legislation, the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, is rooted in self-interest.
Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate and, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles.
The president also reflecting on Musk's recent departure.
You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval Desk, and even with the black eye, I said, "Do you want a little makeup?"
Musk firing back on social media, replying, "Whatever," to the electric vehicle comments, and then kicking off a remarkable online tussle, writing, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election," adding, "Such ingratitude." The world's most powerful man and the richest man exchanging barbs directly. The president posting, "Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave, and he just went crazy." Musk writing, "Such an obvious lie. So sad." Mr. Trump going after the SpaceX CEO's bottom line. The easiest way to save money in our budget is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. In response, Musk threatening to decommission SpaceX Dragon spacecraft that is used by NASA to ferry astronauts to the space shuttle. Musk then writing, "Time to drop the really big bomb," saying the president, quote, "is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT." President Trump has previously downplayed his relationship with the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and denied any involvement with his criminal behavior. Musk also later agreeing with a post that said President Trump should be impeached. The president downplayed the drama, quote, "I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago." Overnight, both sides appeared open to de-escalation. Musk taking back his Dragon spacecraft threat and agreeing with a post that urged the two men to get along. And the president, asked about the feud by Politico overnight, responding, "Oh, it's okay. It's going very well. Never done better."
And again, that was Kelly O'Donnell reporting. We now turn our attention to your weather forecast, where today we're anticipating improving conditions through the day. Hopefully it happens. Here's a look at what we've got outside through our Greenville cam. Again, looking very gray and gloomy, but we do have some signs of promise as we take our focus towards Morehead City, and we can see some peaks of blue. Top left corner of your screen there. Of course, if you're looking at top right, you're only seeing more cloud cover. So as we head through today, again, we will start to see those clouds depart eastern North Carolina, but it's not going to happen over the next hour or two. It's going to be a gradual process that takes us pretty much through the entire day. By the time we get to the afternoon hours, we are certainly going to be looking at far more sunshine. Right now, mostly dry across eastern North Carolina, mostly, certainly not completely. We do have a few isolated little spot showers still coming down across parts of Pender, as well as Onslow and even Jones counties, but those drops right now are continuing to thin out and dissipate. So not much rain left over for the rest of the day, maybe a little bit of the drizzle through the rest of the morning hours to the AM hours, but once we get into the afternoon, skies are really going to start to clear. We'll see more sunshine, and by the time we get to sunset today, we're going to be looking at partly to mostly sunny skies out there, something to look forward to. Right now, air temperatures generally in the low to mid 50s for many inland areas. As you get closer to the water, you're experiencing a little bit of that higher humidity, keeping your air temperatures a touch warmer into the mid to upper 70s. But humidity is present throughout eastern North Carolina. Summertime humidity. You can feel it when you step outside. It's got that steamy feel. Well, that's what happens when you get dew points in the low to mid 70s. Now, with a high pressure system trailing that low, that should encourage, again, more of a northerly breeze into the east today, but we got to get that high a little bit further off the coast before it can really start to push in some of that cooler, drier air. Right now, it's essentially just recirculating humid air back over eastern North Carolina, which is why we're not really going to be seeing too much of a humidity improvement until we get later on in the afternoon when that high starts to scoot a little bit closer to Bermuda. For the rest of this afternoon, air temps mid 80s today. Again, sunnier skies as we wrap up the day. And then air temperatures will likely drop into the mid 70s by the time we hit 11 p.m. tomorrow. Could end up in the upper 60s for some, but again, does look like we'll at least maintain some humidity over the next few days. There you can see rain showers don't roll in until we get into Saturday evening to Saturday night. So like thunderstorms will be a possibility, but for today, things will be improving. Let's zoom the picture out a little bit further and show you exactly what this mess is looking like. Just several areas of low pressure, just all kind of doing battle with each other. Which one is going to survive? Which one's going to again, live out the other ones. That one you're seeing approaching eastern North Carolina there coming up Saturday evening. That will still have a weak boundary, but the whole system again will be falling apart as it moves into eastern North Carolina. It could still again shove some rain into the east though late Saturday evening into Sunday morning. Sunday we're going to be again experiencing a mostly cloudy day. There will be a few sun breaks, but rain showers will also be plentiful as we wrap up the weekend. Those rain showers will linger into next week with a fairly soggy 8-day forecast coming up. Here again is a look at the next 8 days. 91 coming up for tomorrow, 90 on Sunday, and then we'll cool down as those rain chances just hold at around 40 to 70% through next week. Well, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Friday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.